Thank you for joining us to discuss TOMI STERAMIST ionized hydrogen peroxide technology. STERAMIST was developed by DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. DARPA's innovation, science, and development has led to technologies that you and I use every day. Things like the internet, GPS, Google Maps technology, Siri, and other things like stealth fighters and robots. STERAMIST, in the form of binary ionization, is something that DARPA used to eradicate weaponized anthrax after the 2001 anthrax attacks. This technology then led to widespread disinfection use across the United States and throughout the world. We're an EPA-registered equipment solution combination. As a hospital healthcare disinfectant, we get a 6-log reduction of many pathogens and spores. Our cold plasma arc is really the key to our technology. It's the snake oil and how we do things different. We use only 7.8% hydrogen peroxide, which means there's no hazardous shipping and no hazardous storage. We get a 6-log kill not by the chemical, but rather by using reactive oxygen species, particularly a hydroxyl radical or a hydroxyl ion, which has a positive or a negative charge. These particles are expelled from our handheld unit and seek equilibrium in the space, and on contact, nearly instantly have the capability of eradicating pathogens. What makes us different? What really makes STERAMIST different is the activation of our hydrogen peroxide and creating reactive oxygen species. And in the form of a particle size that's very, very small, almost like a gas, 0.04 microns up to about 3 microns in size. That's enough to pass through a HEPA filter and move around the room like a gas. Other hydrogen peroxide technologies have silver ion additives, peracetic acid, or other things that assist in their kill. STERAMIST only uses hydrogen peroxide for our kill. Other technologies like vaporized hydrogen peroxide and hydrogen peroxide vapor require temperature, humidity, and room conditioning, and even fans to disperse the chemical throughout the space. STERAMIST doesn't require that. With such a small particle, we have the ability to move around the room freely and get into cracks and crevices in hard to reach areas which you normally wouldn't even clean. So if you can imagine how a normal chemical kills, if this balloon were your cell or your spore that you're trying to kill, a normal chemical is going to sit on top and over a contact time destroy that chemical or destroy that spore or that virus and eradicate it. What a hydroxyl radical does is it goes over to that same balloon and nearly instantly pokes tiny little holes in this balloon, killing it on contact. It's a very quick kill. It's something the Earth naturally uses to cleanse the lower atmosphere we live in. The fresh air you breathe every day is clean because these hydroxyl radicals exist in a form in the Earth's lower atmosphere. DARPA found a way to recreate these hydroxyl radicals and use this reactive oxygen as a lethal killer indoors. This is how the process works. So you'll see here the hydrogen peroxide is passing through the cold plasma arc. As it does, it breaks the double bond. This chemical dissociation creates an OH and an HO radical. This reactive oxygen species then exists in a form where it won't instantly recombine, but rather seeks out equilibrium in the space. It searches a positive or a negative charge on a virus or a spore and inactivates it on contact. When it's done, there's nothing left but oxygen and humidity. Using only 7.8% provides excellent materials compatibility. Your facility will last longer. Gaskets on cages, tables, wheels, no rust, no corrosion. A low percentage hydrogen peroxide is less corrosive than a high percentage hydrogen peroxide. We have 2 main pieces of equipment in our product line. The handheld surface unit is a fully portable point and spray disinfection unit like no other in the world. You can get a 6-log kill with this point and spray unit by spraying it for 5 seconds with a 7-minute contact time. Most other manual sprays or electrostatic sprayers provide a much larger particle, and only get a 99.9 or 99.99 kill. We're getting a 6-log kill on most pathogens with this handheld unit. Used to decontaminate quickly high-touch surfaces in labs and pharmaceutical areas. Our second piece of equipment is the STERAMIST environment unit. The environment unit can also be used as a handheld point and spray unit, and is also capable of doing full room fogging to automate your disinfection and decontamination process. Custom engineered solutions are something STERAMIST is seeing in the market in recent years to eliminate the manual errors of cleaning. Manual cleaning like wipes and mops and sprays simply don't get everything. Many users are choosing to automate this process, providing decontamination rooms or chambers, or something that can be more foolproof with the touch of a button. Recently at University of Virginia, we had a customer who found an interesting use for the STERAMIST handheld point and spray unit. It was taking this customer a long time to decontaminate flexible film isolators from notobiotic research. By pointing the handheld spray unit into the isolator, we're able to now decontaminate these with a 6-log reduction of geobacillus in a matter of a few minutes very effectively. This has given that customer more research time and more effectiveness throughout the lab by getting that space back quicker. STERAMIST did a study with Lender King not long ago on the Hygiea cage rack. A Hygiea cage rack is a ventilated cage rack that uses cages mounted on the rack to give rodent research the ability to have fresh air. Decontaminating these cages is key to keeping sterilization between studies and preventing cross-contamination of animals between studies. STERAMIST went ahead and provided an example of how to decontaminate these cage racks. And in the example, what you'll see here in the video is us decontaminating a Lender King Hygiea cage rack. This Hygiea cage rack, we have a cage mounted on this rack where we're able to point and spray the STERAMIST unit on all the air ports and all the water and all the other fixtures that are on the cage rack. We're actually able to spray through the plenum. And you'll see as we spray through the plenum, the STERAMIST will actually come out the other side. This assures that we're getting a full disinfection and decontamination here of any pathogens that are in those plenums. Now, as decontamination is paramount in between studies, you want to make sure things like C. bovis and other pathogens aren't living in your plenums. This normally hard to reach area, something that we can easily decontaminate with STERAMIST. You'll also see here a cage on the rack. The cage has a biological indicator inside. And in that test, which we ran several times, we did get a complete 6-log kill inside the cage, which means that our particle traveled through the plenum and into the cage in a very small size to get in there and kill a Geobacillus stereothermophilus biological indicator. Dana-Farber Cancer Research Institute recently, a few years ago actually, installed a built-in room system into a standard room. They again wanted to automate the process of decontamination. And by doing this, they're able to turn this room 7 times a day in an ABSL2 facility, getting raw material decon, cage rack decon, PPE decon, and other things they need to decontaminate fully in a very efficient manner. This is an example on a high-speed video of how that room looks in action. It's a touchscreen operated Siemens system, which has blow-up seals around the door in the room, automated damper controls, and automated injection and aeration for the space. Users can easily operate and program the system to decontaminate raw materials in less than an hour, full turn cycles in less than 1 hour. They run this room approximately 7 times a day. Notice in the high-speed video here on the window that you won't see any dripping and any buildup on the window. What you'll see is a mist that looks like the mist on your shower mirror in the morning. And this mist is something that's a light fog, almost like a smoke that moves around and penetrates the cracks and crevices on all the raw materials in this room to eradicate those pathogens. Again, as we begin aeration here, there's no dripping, there's no wetness. It's a very dry fog. University of Houston took it a step further and actually implemented a decontamination chamber where they can hook up their racks inside the chamber and decontaminate cage racks and have a fully automated disinfection decontamination cycle to assure that there's no contamination on their racks. TOMI also offers a service division where we can come to your facility and provide emergency decontamination or regular decontamination in between studies or as needed. Our service team is ready to respond to your facility to help out with any contamination needs you might have. So as I leave you, I'd like to remind you that we're here to help you. And if you have questions, please reach out and learn more about this game-changing technology. This game-changing ionized hydrogen peroxide is much quicker and as effective as VHP and other technologies on the market, all while not corroding and not destroying your facility. It protects your environment and your animals with no toxic products off-gassing or contaminating the space. Thank you for your time.
It was not that long ago that a single plague wiped out nearly 1/3 of the world's population. Everyday exposure leaves millions of people unprepared and unprotected against deadly viruses, bacteria, mold, and other pathogens. How can we safeguard our world from what history has already shown to be a threat? How can we avoid another catastrophic pandemic? In the wake of the 2001 terror attacks, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency supported the development of binary ionization technology, BIT, a revolutionary science that proved capable in defending against biological and chemical agents, including weaponized anthrax spores. TOMI Environmental Solutions recognized the wider potential of binary ionization and commercialized this innovative plasma science technology. TOMI STERAMIST is a mobile, environmentally safe technology that can be rapidly deployed to kill deadly pathogens and bacteria on contact, even in the most sensitive environments. This aerosolized fog technology is the first EPA-registered solution and equipment combination for use as a hospital healthcare disinfectant. STERAMIST's binary ionization technology relies on only one active ingredient, low-percentage hydrogen peroxide. In this patented two-step process, BIT solution is passed through TOMI's atmospheric cold plasma arc, resulting in the production of reactive oxygen species, primarily the hydroxyl radical, carried in a dense fog that spreads like a gas. Hydroxyl radicals are the same naturally occurring disinfecting force that keeps rivers and forests clean. The resulting mist reacts on contact, deactivating problem microorganisms and leaving no noxious fumes, residue, or trace in the environment, only oxygen and humidity. STERAMIST's process is non-corrosive, non-caustic, fast-acting, and easy to implement in any facility's existing cleaning protocol. STERAMIST provides superior quality and convenience, all while requiring a fraction of the time for treatment and turnover. STERAMIST continues to lead the way in infectious disease control worldwide with low costs, effectiveness, and speed against deadly bacteria spores, fungi, and viruses. TOMI's EPA registration includes MRSA, Clostridium difficile, Pseudomonas, Staphylococcus, Salmonella, norovirus, and H1N1. Further, STERAMIST's room treatment has been validated against Geobacillus stereothermophilus, the bacteria spore considered to be the gold standard in sterilization validation. STERAMIST maintains registrations in all 50 U.S. states and Canada, is FDA registered as a medical device, and holds dozens of international agency registrations. TOMI's American-made equipment is engineered to provide dependable functionality in any application. From the handheld point-and-spray surface unit, to the portable automated complete room environment system, to custom-installed complete room decontamination systems, STERAMIST has the solution. TOMI offers multiple solutions for industries ranging from the most stringent BSL-4 safety labs, pharmaceutical processing and research labs, hospital terminal clean rooms, daycare centers, ambulances and first responder vehicles, to planes, trains, cruise ships, and automobiles. In the hospital environment, TOMI's STERAMIST ready-to-use formula goes above, beyond, under, and around failed manual disinfecting sprays and wipes, becoming the ultimate tool for elimination of surface bacteria and other pathogens. STERAMIST's near-perfect no-rinse, no-wipe solution avoids corrosive damage to equipment, making STERAMIST a perfect fit in all laboratories, from microbiological and biomedical labs to vivariums and pharmaceutical facilities, whether research or compounding. The commercial and residential applications for STERAMIST are limitless. TSN is a professional nationwide network consisting of officially licensed and trained TOMI STERAMIST technicians who tackle anything from black water and gray water losses to biohazard and crime scene cleaning. eliminating odors and for the remediation of molds and mildews that are commonly found in buildings. TSN members proudly disinfect and protect their communities every day. TOMI's Food Safety Division is helping to revolutionize its industry. Partnering with the USDA for a study published in the International Journal of Food Microbiology, STERAMIST solution inactivated E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria, enhancing the microbial safety of fresh fruits and vegetables while maintaining their quality. Discover why the world's most distinguished hospitals, respected research universities, and government agencies at every level are turning to TOMI and its patented, powerful, and innovative STERAMIST binary ionization technology for effective, efficient, and economical decontamination and protection. TOMI Environmental Solutions, innovating for a safer world.